Hello, everybody. What's happening? It's Brad Show Live. I got this song in my head, Coronavirus. I think Cardi B has reminded me enough about coronavirus. I literally can't get this song out of my head. It's driving me absolutely crazy. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Brad Show Live from his bedroom, Pandemic Quarantine Edition. I got to say hello so far to the squad. And I've been remiss because I haven't been saying squad up. I've been saying hello during quarantine. And I shouldn't. I should be saying squad up. So that's what I am going to be doing. I'm going to be saying squad up to everybody. So right now, let me say squad up to Star Girl Mika, saying, hey, Brad. Squad up Gilda Guild, saying, good afternoon, sir. Elisa and Not, saying, hi, Uncle Brad. How are you? Squad up El Hernandez. Even though we're all, like many of us, not everybody, many of us are in quarantine, certainly us here in New York, El Hernandez still wishing me happy hump day on YouTube. Aries Baby saying squad up. Sweet Dot on YouTube. Squad up. Cindy Albert saying welcome back, sir. Thanks for all you are doing. Back on Facebook, Susan Darko, squad up. Dornette Bryan, how are you? Demore Ramel, squad up. No matter what, just be you, saying hey, squad. If the word squad, by the way, this is my rule for today. If the word squad is not in the hello portion, I'm not saying hello back. Karen Rowe, we got to bring squad up back. Karen Rowe, squad up, squaddies. Desmond Anderson, hey, Uncle Brad, squad up. Donna Bless is watching. Steph Ives just says, hey, Brad. Ron Adams, squad up. Get up, fool. Coronavirus. Oh, my God. Who has, by the way, who has that Cardi B song going through their head right now all day long? That's all every 2 seconds. I have Cardi B going through my head with that coronavirus song. Nezzy wants more. How are you? Squad up. Stacy and squad up, everybody. Jilly Bean watching also from her quarantine in her living room. Jessica Levy, Joelle Reed, squad up, my loves. Squad up to you, Jessica Leamy. Angela Barrett saying, hi, Brad Bernstein, squad up. Nezzy wants more. Rohan Patel, Latoya, his Forever Peterson. And, of course, I got to go back to our friends on YouTube. John saying, squad up. Sweet Dot, squad up. Leslie Benoit. All right, I'm not going to finish my role. I'll just say hello to people anyway. Leslie Benoit saying, hello, Brad. But the term is squad up, Brad. Naveen Verna, hi, Brad, squad up. Alyssa Henry, squad up, Brad. Tania Mo, squad up. One Block, squad up. Pierre McMason. Alderin Babalu saying, hello, Mr. Brads. Like there's multiple Brads. Cindy Albert, please hit the little tiny gray icon until it turns blue. That's right. You see this thumb. You take the thumb and you hit the gray icon on the bottom until it turns blue. That's what tells me two things. One, you like the show, so I appreciate it. And this is on YouTube. And number two, it tells other people you like the show. Maybe they'll watch as well. We can help more people. So please do that. Take your thumb right now. We have 56 people watching right now on YouTube. Take your thumb and hit that little gray button. Leslie Benoit, squad up. One Block with a question. We'll get back to you in a little bit. In a little bit, we will get back to you. Let's see what I have to do here. I'm doing everything on my own. So let's see what's going on in the world. By the way, today is April Fool's Day. But pranks are not particularly funny right now. I woke up this morning. I sent a text message to our staff. The entire office, we are all here working still from home. So the law offices of Spar and Bernstein are open. Telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. That number you can call, and I saw somebody just said, "Hey, Brad, I hope to meet you one day." Well, the best way to meet me, this was Agnes Carandang. Best way to meet me is first by phone. You can personally talk to me, have a consultation with me. Telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. I hope I did not get rid of my YouTube feed. Where's my YouTube? Where's YouTube, people? I hope I didn't do that. Let's see. Where's YouTube? Where are YouTube? Did I get rid of YouTube? Nope, I'm still there with YouTube. There we are. Okay, so let's go take a look and see what's going on in the world right now. So it is April 1st, and we're going to get to all of your immigration questions. The thing you need to do right now, if you have an immigration question, is leave it in the comment section, whether you're watching on YouTube or whether you are watching on Facebook. Leave it in the comment section. I'm going to go back, scroll through all the comments, and I am going to try to answer as many of your immigration questions as we can. The quicker you put the question in, the more likely it is that I will see it. By the way, does anybody know where the first April Fools was celebrated? Where it came from? I did not know this. I just learned this just now. The first April Fool's public holiday was from Odessa, Ukraine. The custom of setting aside a day for playing harmless pranks has now become relatively common, but it started in Odessa, Ukraine. But right now, it's no fooling around with April Fools, and people are doing some really stupid crap. According to the New Jersey Attorney General's office, a man allegedly coughed in the direction of a grocery clerk and said he had the coronavirus, and he was charged with making terrorist threat. He was charged as a terrorist. The St. Louis Post-Dispatch reported that a Missouri man who filmed himself licking items at a Walmart shelf while saying, "Who's afraid of the coronavirus?" Was charged with making a terrorist threat also. CNN reported last week that a woman in Pennsylvania is facing criminal charges after intentionally coughing on a grocery store produce. Do not cough in anybody's direction right now. It ain't funny. Period. Today, also on April 1st, it's Census Day. It's a key reference date for the 2020 census. It's now not necessarily a deadline to complete the census, but they want to try to have as many people complete the census as possible. You're sitting at home, so go complete it. We had some very sobering news yesterday from President Trump. He said that anywhere between 100,000 to 240,000 people are going to die from coronavirus in the United States of America in the next 60 to 90 days. That's assuming we all stay home and we all social distance from each other. We don't go to work. We close down our economy. If we don't, he's talking about 2 to 3 million people dying from this. And, when you compare 100 to 200,000 people, you know how many people died in the Vietnam War? Less than 60,000. You know how many people died in the Korean War? About 40,000. So more people are going to die from this coronavirus in the next 90 days than died in all of Vietnam War and Korean War, which lasted combined over a decade. So in 3 months, we're going to have more losses than two wars that lasted over a decade. Very, very sobering news. Right now, the death toll has eclipsed the total from the 9/11 attacks. They are no longer calling New York City ground zero for 9/11. It is now the epicenter. We are now the epicenter of the coronavirus pandemic. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has stressed that Americans should return home. I'm not sure why they should return home, quite frankly, because probably you're safer where you are than coming back to America if America's about to hit into a major pandemic. The governor of New York's brother, Chris Cuomo, he's on CNN. He reported that he is suffering from coronavirus. I'm okay. I hope everybody else is okay as well. Now, what I saw an interesting statistic before we get into our immigration questions. California says the only people who can go to work are essential workers. And what has come out, in Governor Gavin Newsom's stay-at-home order, he closed all non-essential businesses as a result of the coronavirus. But what has come out, according to immigration policy analyst David Beer, he reviewed the employment demographics of those businesses likely to be considered essential. And what he determined is more than 33% of the businesses that are essential to keep California going are being run by immigrants, people who are not born in the United States of America. I thought that was pretty interesting. And I also read in the not cool section of the newspaper, that's just not cool. Thailand's king, he's self-quarantining in Germany. And this is not your typical coronavirus quarantine. Thailand's King Maha, I can't even pronounce his last name, Vajiralongkorn, he's been vacationing in Germany this month. He's supposedly self-isolating in a luxury hotel with an entourage of 20 concubines. So I thought this would be a good hump day story. Apparently, the 67-year-old has 20 women. He has sequestered himself in this hotel in Germany with his servants and 20 women to apparently service him. People are more concerned that he may get syphilis than coronavirus. And finally, international treasure Dolly Parton will now read us bedtime stories. Most of us have never experienced a global pandemic on this scale in our lifetime. Now, Dolly Parton is about to give us some comfort for those who love Dolly Parton. Those who do, I'm gonna listen. The Tennessean who gave us, I Will Always Love You. She is 1/3 of the comedy 9 to 5, and who sends books to 850,000 children per month, is now going to be reading us bedtime stories. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library is a book gifting program that mails free books to children from birth to 5. Now, the legend is going to kick off a 10-book video series at 6 p.m. on tomorrow with The Little Engine That Could. So she's going to be reading children's stories to children to get them to bed. And that is what's going on that I read in the news today. And we don't need to repeat what's going on with coronavirus because, with coronavirus, you have to stay home. You have to stay away from people. Apparently, there's maybe 25, 50% of the people who get coronavirus don't even realize they have it and are giving it to other people. And what I don't understand from this whole coronavirus thing is why some people get really, really sick and other people, it doesn't even affect them. It's very strange. I don't know if it's because of a certain blood type that people have that are resistant and other blood type isn't, or if it's a certain strand of coronavirus. Nobody seems to know for sure right now. But right now, let's get into some of our immigration questions. That's why I'm here right now. We have 200 people watching on Facebook. I have 100 people watching on YouTube. And this is what I'd like the people on Facebook to do right now. 200 people watching on Facebook. Everybody has at least one friend. Start a watch party right now. Tell your friends I'm going to be answering their immigration questions and your immigration questions right now. You start a watch party. Let's try to get our viewership. We want to get our viewership on Facebook over 500 people watching at the same time. The only way we're going to be able to do that, the only way we're going to be able to get 500 people watching at the same exact time is everybody starts a watch party right now, tells their friends, hey, let's ask Brad a question. I'm giving free advice. The other thing you can do, obviously, is if you have a personal issue, now's a great time to take care of it. I am doing 10, 15 phone consultations every day from my home. I'm helping people. All you have to do is call my office. It's 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAW-LINK. If you call, you will absolutely get your consultations done. On YouTube, you got to take your thumb. And you got to press that little gray button. We have over 100 people watching on YouTube, but only 38 gray thumbs up. Let's get those thumbs up. I'm going to be answering immigration questions very shortly. Also on YouTube, if you have WhatsApp, you can share this feed to all your friends on WhatsApp. Let them know also that I will be answering their immigration questions. I do have to do one thing, which we have not done in a while. I do have to do one thing. Oh, look, 2 hands. I put down my phone for a second. I have in my hand, we are running every week on Wednesday. We didn't forget on Hump Day, free consultation day. And what we do is we tell people to follow our Instagram account at Brad Show Live. If you follow our Instagram account at Brad Show Live and you like the post that I offer a free consultation worth $200 and you tag 5 of your friends in that post, guess what? Your name gets put into the machine. Right now, I have some names here. Soma Stone, he did it, or she. Cartier FO55 did it. I assume Cartier is a woman, but who knows? She or he did it. We have J Drew 54. I have in total here about 20 people who did it. Want the free $200 consultation. They went to Instagram, they followed at Brad Show Live, and then they liked the post about the free consultation, and then they tagged 5 of their friends. So what I'm going to do is, I don't have our machine here because I'm at home. And since I'm at home, there's no machine, there's no magic 8-ball, there's nothing. What I got is Uncle Brad's old hat. This is what we do on Pandemic Quarantine Brad Show Live. We pull out Uncle Brad's old hat. And in Uncle Brad's old hat, first of all, it's not even a hat right now. It just looks like a scarf. I got to make it into a hat. We're going to make this into a hat. And if I can, hopefully I can here. I'm going to make this into a hat. I got to fold the blue into the gray, or the gray. Let's fold the gray into the blue. Since the Spar and Bernstein colors are blue, might as well make it color coordinated here. So we're going to fold the gray in. All right. I'm not going to put the hat on, although I could. There we go. There I look like in the hat, but I'm not going to put the hat on. What I'm going to do is I am going to take these names. Oh, I almost forgot 89 Lindy. I'm going to put them in Uncle Brad's old hat. I am now going to go like this, shake it up and back. I'm going to pick out somebody's name. And that person is from Uncle Brad's old hat is going to get a free consultation. And the winner of the $200 free consultation out of Uncle Brad's old hat is Darnia 97. By the way, my handwriting is worse than any doctor, but this is it. Darina 97, and it's DARYNA 97. Darina 97 just won a free consultation with Uncle Brad. If you are watching, Darina, what you need to do is drop pizza in our Instagram account, a DM, let her know how to reach you. We'll contact you, and I'll do that free consultation by phone, hopefully this week or early next week, whenever you are available. I'm available. I'm home. I can do it any day you want. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. All I'm doing is answering immigration questions all day. That's all I do. All right. So there's the free consultation. By the way, we're running a new contest right now. So for those who want to get in on the next free consultation, it's going to be done on next Wednesday. So what do you got to do? You got to follow at Brad Show Live on Instagram, like our newest post about our free consultation, and then tag 5 of your friends in that post, and you will be entered. We'll take out Uncle Brad's old hat one more time next Wednesday, and we will pull out of Uncle Brad's old hat. We're going to pull out a new name for a free consultation. In the meantime, if you really need help, call my office. It's 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. All right, so who's ready? Who's ready for some immigration questions and for me to give some answers? If you're ready to get some immigration questions and some immigration answers, what I'd like everybody to do on Facebook right now is let's just see some love for Uncle Brad and his old hat. Just give me some hearts. Give me some hearts. Make me feel good. I'm stuck inside. I'm quarantined like everybody else. So make me feel good. Let's see some hearts, and I'm going to start answering some immigration questions. I see some thumbs up. I see a couple of hearts. And on Facebook, on YouTube, that's on Facebook. And on YouTube, let me see some gray thumbs up. Let me see those thumbs turn from gray to blue. Let's get to at least 75 thumbs up on YouTube, and let's start answering some immigration questions. All right. So I got to pull the phone, believe it or not, a little closer to me because my eyes are terrible. I can't read anymore. This is what happens when you turn 50 and you sit around all day and eat Oreo cookies at home, which is what I'm doing. If anybody thinks that they're not sure what stock to buy since the whole stock market collapsed, Nabisco. Buy Nabisco. Uncle Brad is buying Oreo cookies like there's no tomorrow. I'm telling you that stock's going to go through the roof just based on my own Oreo cookie consumption. I got to lay off of them now. I'm not ordering them again. They're too addictive. All right. Let's start with, who do we have here with immigration questions? A lot of people just saying hello to me so far on Facebook. Ambi Megan, squat up Uncle Brad, praying for the best for everything to resume to normal pretty soon. Yeah, we do want it to be normal very soon. This is really, 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 really bad decade so far. I mean, I just can't say enough about how bad this decade is. But it will be over. It will be over, and we will be back to normal. We'll be back to normal. Let's hope. I really hope and pray that the numbers of deaths that they're anticipating doesn't happen. I really hope so. I really, really hope so. And please be safe. Please, 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 everybody, be safe. All right. Mimi Doll. Is getting rent assistance from the county considered as a public charge? If it's Section 8, the answer is absolutely yes, it is, unfortunately. Martin Allison. Uncle Brad, how far are they with underage kids petition where the stepfather files for a stepchild? If you're a U.S. citizen, it should take 12, 15 months to do. If you're more than 15 months waiting on your stepkid to come to the United States, you should give me a call. Zanib Zendenef, Brad, my EAD expired. This is all on Facebook. We're going to get to YouTube in a little bit. Brad, my EAD expired and my 180 days automatic extension till March 27, 2020. Immigration has not yet received my notice of action, my renewal EAD. Walmart will not give me schedule. It means not going to work. I'm very sorry about that. There's not a lot you can do, unfortunately. You have that 180-day extension after that. Unfortunately, at this point, you can't go to court. There's really no courts to go to at this point, and you just have to hope that it comes in the mail very shortly. That's the best you can do. Janelli Marte Fontanilla. My friend 601 waiver is over processing time. Raised several service requests and no answer. Why is the delay? How much longer to get approved? I don't know why the delay is. A 601 waiver, is it at the embassy? Is it after an adjustment? Are you talking about a 601A waiver? What was the waiver for? Why? Was it for some sort of criminal record? Was it for misrepresentation? I will tell you generally, the longer, this is the general rule, but it doesn't necessarily mean always the case. But the general rule is that the longer it takes for these waivers to get approved, more likely it will get denied. And the reason is it takes a lot longer to send a denial letter. I'm not saying yours will be denied. I don't know anything about it, but it's a lot easier to send an approval letter than a denial letter. Because in a denial letter, you got to give all the reasons why you're denying the case. In the approval letter, you just write, you're approved. You don't have to give any reason why you're approving it. Shami Kelman. A friend was charged with shoplifting in 2006, 2007, paid all the fines, and has her disposition. So she needs a lawyer, or can she just file for her citizenship? You do not file for any citizenship just because you paid the fines. You have a conviction. You have a conviction for theft in 2007 or 2006. Okay? You paid the fines doesn't mean it's all forgiven. It means you have a conviction for a theft, which could possibly be a deportable offense. You don't just file. You definitely need an immigration lawyer. It's not even a question. And by the way, I do want to remind everybody, our office is open. We have people who are answering our phones at this very moment. You can call to have a consultation with me, even from the phone, anywhere in the world, in the United States. It's 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-529-5465. Oliver Abrazado. Hi, Brad. What is the best time to call you? It's 4:30 a.m. here in the Philippines. Right now is a great time to call me. you can speak to my office and you can schedule a time that you can speak to me directly with a consultation. If you're calling from the Philippines, you're not going to be able to call that 1-800 number. You have to call directly +1 212 227 8933. That's +1 212 227 8933 from outside of the United States. From inside the United States, it's 1-800 529 5465. Ara Descula Dersis says, I am an F1 status now, studying English as a second language. Am I qualified to be sponsored as an EB3 unskilled worker? I don't know if you're qualified. Are you qualified? You have qualifications to be sponsored in a job. When you get sponsored in a job, you have to show that you have, for an EB3 worker, that you have 2 years work experience doing this job somewhere legally in the world. And then you have to file a labor application and prove that you're not taking a job away from an American worker. If you're asking if you're able to do a labor application and get it approved, and then do an I-140 and get it approved, and this is prospective job employment, meaning you're not violating your visa right now, but they promise to hire you when you get your green card, absolutely, you can do a job sponsorship, and you should. It's a great way to do it. It's very fast these days. And give me a call. It's 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAWLINK, 1-800-529-5465. Please, people, I'm seeing on Facebook right now about 260 people watching. And if people are doing their watch parties, like I'm asking you to, I'm really asking you to, because so many people need help and so many people are home right now and don't know what to do. Do a watch party. Let them know this show exists. Let them know that I'm helping. Do your watch party right now. Tell your friends and family that I am answering their immigration questions at this very, very moment. Let's build up our numbers. Let's make all of us very proud. Anita Ann, Brad, my documents are in process after a battered spouse application. I didn't get a work permit yet since 2018. You didn't get a work permit because you only filed the I-360. You did not file the I-485. So when you do a battered spouse and only file the I-360, you don't get your work permit till after the I-360 is approved. If you do a battered spouse and you file the I-360 along with an adjustment, you would get a work permit within a few months. Do that now. File your adjustment now. Get your work permit now. Jessica Leamy, she's just saying some prayers for people. Tamika Walker has a question on Facebook. Don't worry, YouTube. I'm going to get to you. I'm just waiting for 75 thumbs up. That's when we get 75 thumbs up. That's my cue to go over to YouTube. Right now, we're at just 68. I'm a divorced 36-year-old male, Tamika Walker. I'm a divorced 36-year-old male visiting from Jamaica. Will I need to go home if my dad files for me? He's a green card holder for many years and soon will be able to get and how soon will I be? You will not be able to get a work permit. You're going to fall out of status, and you're going to wait years and years and years for your green card. That's not a way that I would suggest to do it right now. Have a consultation with me and know what your options are. All right. We have on YouTube, we have now our 79 thumbs up. My computer froze for a second. So when my computer freezes, I'm like, what am I going to do? Okay, so now it's unfrozen. So let's see who we got on YouTube. One Block says, can a green card holder collect unemployment benefits, and will that work against them? A green card holder absolutely can collect unemployment benefits. It will not be held against them for anything. Cindy Albert, way back in the show, says, we're almost 47 people watching, only 2 thumbs up. What's up with that? Aries Baby, in the news 2 weeks ago, I heard that USCIS will be closed until April 1st. Any update on when they will be open? Guess what now? They're going to be closed until May 3rd. USCIS will be, if you follow my Instagram account and our Facebook account, we announced it already. They're going to be closed until May 3rd. Now, when USCIS is closed, that doesn't mean they're not working on your cases. It just means that they are not scheduling interviews. You can't go in and speak to any immigration officers. By the way, we have almost 300 people watching on Facebook right now, which is amazing. I'm going to come back to Facebook when we get to 350 consecutive views. You guys can do it. Just start your watch parties. Get your friends and family to watch. But right now, I'm answering questions from our YouTube page. And on our YouTube page, the question is, when will USCIS open? They are open. They're working on cases. They just can't physically see anybody. So they're social distancing like everybody else. So even though they are closed, they're really making the wrong announcement. The announcement should be, we are social distancing, so therefore you can't come and see us and we're not having interviews. But they are working and they are processing cases. They're just not scheduling interviews. They're going through their paperwork. They're reviewing applications. They're accepting applications. They're just not scheduling interviews. They're social distancing like everybody else. FHAF. My husband was on a green card, and I'm around November 2019, and in around November 2019, he applied for an I-130, but in 2020, my husband was shifted to green card to U.S. citizen. So how much longer will the case take? Well, if your husband, basically, I guess the question is, my husband filed for me as a green card holder, and now he's a U.S. citizen, and what's going on? Well, if you're in another country, you should let the USCIS know, the officer know, that he became a citizen who has his I-130. If the I-130 is already approved, you should let the National Visa Center know. If you are here in the United States, there's nobody to let know anything. File your adjustment application. Empress B, can an ETA 750 from 1996 be used in the Life Act? It was filed on behalf of an employer for an H-2B visa. I have a new visa number available, overstayed on a B-1 in USA. If it was a labor application filed for lawful permanent residence, it can be used under the Life Act to grandfather you in. If it was a labor certification used just to get the H-2B approved, that is not a grandfathering in application. It seems like you did the ETA 750 for the H-2B, which was a temporary work visa. That would not grandfather you in. But if it was for a permanent job, the answer would be yes. John, I recently got married to a U.S. citizen, and I'm filing for adjustment of status this week. Will supplemental income from EDD and that stimulus check hurt my adjustment of status process? If you should not be receiving supplemental income unless it's for your U.S. citizen children, and you would not be getting a stimulus check because you do not yet have a green card, or you shouldn't be getting it. But if you filed a tax return with the Social Security number, you may get it. The stimulus check is going to have no effect on your adjustment of status. If you get it, great, lucky you. The supplemental income, if it's for your children, should be okay. If it's for you, you got a problem. Yashin Haj Sassy. Yashin Haj Sassy wants to know, hey, Brad, hope you're okay. 3 months ago, I got denied on my I-485, but my I-130 was approved, so I refiled the I-485. They didn't respond yet. Can I still be able to work with my old work permit? Well, if you're filing an adjustment application based on marriage to a U.S. citizen, the fact that you're working out of status doesn't bar you from getting a green card. So keep working. It's based on a U.S. citizen. But my big question to you is, if your adjustment got denied previously and just randomly filed it again, how do you know it's going to get approved this time? You know, what are you doing different that it will get approved this time that it got denied last time? So think about that. If you're doing the same exact thing again and again, that's just Albert Einstein, his theory that, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. So you got to make sure that you did something different to make sure it got approved. And if you didn't, then give me a call. Pasang Sherpa on YouTube says, if I get unemployment insurance benefits due to coronavirus, every time I hear that word, Cardi B comes flying in my head. Does it consider as a public charge? No, unemployment is not a public charge. Let's see. I just had El Hernandez with a question, and then YouTube skipped on me here. Let me go back and find El Hernandez's question. El Hernandez wants to know, how many months would you recommend before renewing DACA? About 4 months. All right, let's go back to Facebook. I said I wouldn't go back to Facebook till we got 350 people watching. We had 300. Close enough, I guess. Let's see who we have here with questions. Kofi Yakson says, I have a question for my colleague at work. He and her spouse went for the Stokes interview. After the interview, the officer said to him, I liked you and I believed you, but you have to bring the case to my supervisor because of your ex-wife living in the same building you were living in before you got married. It's up to the supervisor to make the decision. Uncle Brad, will he get the problem about what the officer said? I don't know. You know, I don't know the answer, but you know, hopefully, it sounds like to me it could go one of two ways. I don't know. It could be, okay, he liked you and you'll get your green card, or he liked you and he doesn't want to be a bad guy, so he's going to throw a supervisor under the bus and say he's the reason why you got denied, not me. I don't know. We'll have to find out. I wasn't there. Danya Wait says, hi, Uncle Brad. My mom did her citizenship exam in New York and it was approved on 14th of January. Her online status says waiting in line for the ceremony, and it's been months now, no update. Should we call the office or keep waiting? Well, at this point, you got to keep waiting because they're not going to schedule any appointments till after May 1st for sure. So you got to wait until at least May and see what happens. At this point, you're in a, you know, they're not going to put a group of 100 people together with coronavirus, as Cardi B, you know it's real. So Cardi B says. D-Fab Cake Affairs. A friend applied for asylum since 2017 in August, yet to be invited for an asylum interview, though he's been given employment authorization card with a social security card. However, he just got married to a green card holder 2 months ago, but his wife is yet to be a U.S. citizen. Can the wife file for him to change his status? No, the wife cannot file for him to change his status. And if the wife files for him and he has to go home, well, then he would be denied for fraud because he said in an application, I'm terrified of going home. I filed an asylum. And then all of a sudden he goes home to pick up his green card. So he can't do that either. Got to wait for the wife to become a citizen. Zanib with a follow-up. Brad means about the automatic extension 180 days. I don't understand, Zanib, what the follow-up question means. Give me a call and have a consultation because I'm not sure what you're asking. Donna Evans, my son has an appointment with the immigration sometime this month. Don't know what's going to happen. What's going to happen is it's canceled. They're going to reschedule it. It's going to be postponed. That's what's going to happen. But every day, you know, we learn more about coronavirus. It's real, according to Cardi B. Brad, is the U.S. citizen still processing adjustment of status cases? My brother did his biometric February 13th and waiting to get his work permit. Yes, they will process the work permits. They will process your socials. They're going to process anything that doesn't require you to appear at their office. What they will not do is schedule you for an interview for a green card. So yes, expect your work permit in the mail. Daniel Mello, Brad. He spelled my name B-R-E-A-D. Bread. Yes, I got to lay off the bread. Bread, can I apply for citizenship if I check myself into rehab once in 2018? I'm clean since then. Yeah, absolutely, you can. Ron Adams, my sister's fiance is jobless. Can he file the K-1 visa for her? Yes, right now, because they're not going to ask for an affidavit of support for 9-10 months. Hopefully he has a job by then or gets a good affidavit of support. Hey, Brad, this is Sunshine. Hey, Brad, USCIS sent me more things together, and I sent it back from February 28th. They said they receive it, but I don't hear from them. What should I do? Wait. You have to wait. If immigration asks for more documentation, what that means is you didn't submit what was required on the initial application. You finally submitted everything on February 28th. That's as if your application started February 28th. We're now only 30 days into your application, so you have to wait. Let's go back to YouTube. On YouTube, Pasang Sherper. If I get unemployment insurance benefit due to coronavirus lockdown, does it consider a public charge? No. AJ, when you get your 10-year green card after the I-751 approval, does the issues date change or remain the same as your initial 2-year green card? It remains the same as your 2-year green card. So in other words, if you got your 2-year green card in 2016 and you got approved for your permanent card in 2020, your permanent card is going to say you have been a permanent resident since 2016. Pretty City. For the stimulus packages, I filed married but separate. Husband is abroad because I'm hearing if you put an alien who doesn't have a social security number in your tax return, you will not be qualified. That is correct. That is absolutely correct. Do not put anybody who does not have a social security number on your tax return if you want to qualify for this stimulus. James Doobie. Hi, Brad. I applied for the SB1 visa, but I got 2 DUIs in 2003. I told USCIS when I applied for my green card in 2012. Will it make me inadmissible under physical or mental disorders? I'm sober 12 years now. No. So James, apparently, the SB1 visa is when you stay out of the country for more than 6 months. You basically gave up your permanent resident card, and then you got to go apply for the SB1 visa and say, no, I have all my ties back in the United States. I really didn't mean to do it. And he had these 2 DUIs before he got his green card. They've already been covered by you getting your green card. So as long as you have sufficient ties to America, you'll get that SB1 visa. Odrian Babola. Hello, Brad. 1 year and 2 months ago, after the I-45 interview, nothing yet from USCIS. I got in touch with them about 4 months ago. They said they are still working on my case. What do you advise? At this point, you just got to wait. There's no mandamus right now with coronavirus. Okay, so coronavirus it killed the mandamus too. So you just got to wait and see what happens after this whole thing dies down. If they don't schedule you, then mandamus. But right now, just got to wait it out. Leslie Benoit on YouTube. I filed for asylum in 2013. The case has been administratively closed. Right now, I have a VAWA and an adjustment pending. Do I have to reopen my asylum case to adjust my status? Yes. And you should be filing that adjustment right now because administratively closed means you still have a removal case out there. So you got to recalendar the case and ask the judge to terminate it. And now is the time to do it. Moath Suleiman says, how long does a VAWA take? I applied in September 2019, about 2 years. And Sydney Burzig, Pizza. I see her in the comments section as well. Lots of hearts. L. Grego Wright on, where am I looking at? On YouTube. I'm a divorced 36-year-old male visiting from Jamaica. I will need to go. I answered that already. YT. Hey, Brad, I arrived in New York in January on an immigrant visa, and I'm awaiting my green card in the mail. Do new immigrants qualify for COVID-19 aid package with no work history here? I don't know what aid package you're referring to. If you're referring to unemployment, you got to go check your local unemployment. But if you have a green card, you can absolutely apply for unemployment. If you qualify, great. Uchi Naji. I visited my wife in the States, and during my visit, she was diagnosed with high blood pressure. I decided to stay back. We decided to file the adjustment of status, but this was under 90 days. Have we taken a bad route? Yes, you have. Because if you file an adjustment within 90 days of coming to the United States of America, they consider that a misrepresentation. Now, if the adjustment of status was filed between day 30 and day 90, you have a rebuttable presumption to talk your way out of that misrepresentation. So hopefully it was filed between day 30 and day 90. And then you're going to go to the interview and they're going to say, hey, Uchi Naji, if that in fact is your name, that's your name on YouTube. Hey, Uchi Naji, you filed within 90 days, misrepresentation. And you're going to say, no, wait a second. I was coming here to visit. I had no intention of staying here. But then my wife got sick. She had high blood pressure. And we said, you know what? I can't go home. She's going to get sicker without me. She needs me here to take care of her, blah, 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 blah. And then we changed our mind and decided to file. All right. So that's what something to that effect, whatever the truth is. I don't want you to lie. Let's see what we'll go back to Facebook for a little bit. Let's see what we got on Facebook here. Jonathan Elias, how are you? I'm available too. Hello, Yo-Yo from apartment 9J. Marley Baldy. If you lost your I-94 once and you entered the United States years ago, what can you do if you want to adjust your status? You can request immigration to send you a copy of your I-94 and then adjust. Or you have your passport with your visa. That works too. And by the way, for everybody, I'm not going to be able to get to everybody's questions, but I am available every day for consultations by phone. I'm doing them 10, 15. I did on Friday 20 phone consultations. All right. So I am absolutely available. You can call me from anywhere in the United States, schedule a phone consultation with me. The telephone number to call me at Spar and Bernstein. We're open. We're processing cases. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. I'll say it slowly 2 more times. I have my secretaries there at the office or remotely at the office. Nobody's at the office. Remotely at the office, answering the calls right now. You can call and schedule your consultation. I will say it slowly. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Zach Latif Rahman. I have a quick question. I already submitted the I-130 and the I-130A together at the same time, and I received receipts numbered by message. Okay. And I submit the I-45, the I-765, the I-864, and the I-864A together at the same time. What will happen to my case because I didn't submit all together? Nothing will happen. You filed your adjustment after your I-130. It's perfectly fine. It's going to be based on the processing time will be based on the time when they receive your adjustment. So you got a little delayed. No matter what, just be you. And she says it in capitals. So she's screaming it at me. My friend's lawyer made a mistake on her I-130 as it relates to how many times her husband's been married. Instead of 4, she has 2. Now she's worried what should she do because she has an interview date. Whew. I don't know if she was yelling at me or she just really wanted me to see it. The answer is before you sit down, you tell the officer there's a mistake on the forms. I want to correct them, and here's the documents to correct them. And you correct it before you sit down and misrepresent what the facts are. Perfectly okay. Nicola Bremer Palmer. Hey, if I adopt my niece, how long would it take for me to bring her to the USA? Depends where your niece is. It depends how old she is. And it depends where you'll be adopting her. Many countries, you adopt them in that country. If they're not a Hague Convention country, you're not getting that child here. A lot of times you got to do it as an orphan petition. I always like doing it as an orphan petition. You bring the child here to America, assuming the child's an orphan, and you do the adjustment for her green card here. She comes with a green card on an orphan petition, and then you do the adoption here, and then she becomes a U.S. citizen. Lots of hearts. Thank you very much for everybody who's giving me hearts. Let's see. And no matter what, just be you. Just ask that question 5 times in capitals, by the way. She really wanted me to ask that question. London Ja. Hi, Brad. Can I file for citizenship with just 2 recent tax returns with my wife? You have to have a joint tax return for every year you were married with your wife. So if you married in 2018, you should have a tax return for 2018 and 2019. And that would be perfectly fine. By the way, we have almost 150 people watching on YouTube. We're going to get back to YouTube in a second. I have about 300 people watching on Facebook, a little over 300. On Facebook, please start your watch parties. Tell everybody I'm going to be on for about another 15 minutes answering your immigration questions. If you have not done a watch party right now, the best thing you can do, not only for me, don't do it for me, do it for humanity. Okay? We need a lot of humanity right now. Start your watch parties. Let your friends know. There's a guy here with lots of brain power answering lots of really good, smart immigration questions with very smart answers. MD Mint. And on YouTube, give me a thumbs up. Take that thumb and hit that gray button, turn it blue. I should have 150 thumbs up already on YouTube. MD MHT. My priority date on my I-130 is November 2018, and still no response after multiple inquiries. I don't know who sponsored you, MD MHT. Where's your application? Did you do an adjustment? Are you in another country? I need to know a lot more information. Dawn Harriet. Comment of the day. I'm just going to do the comments of the day as I see them. With a comment of the day. Brad, no one does what you do. You go above and beyond the call of duty's heart. Oh, thank you. As I see the comments of the day, I'm just going to read them out. This is what we do here on Brad Show Live Pandemic Quarantine Edition when I have absolutely no clue. Jackie J. Zenden. What form do I need to file with the affidavit of support for my son in Haiti? It's the I-864, and then they're going to give you a new DS form where he has to be able to show that he's going to be able to get employed in America. You may need some help. Emarantina LJG. I'm a U.S. citizen. I gave birth to my son in a foreign country. Can he be a U.S. citizen? The answer is absolutely. As long as you were living in the United States for 5 years prior to his birth and you were a U.S. citizen at the time of his birth, he is a U.S. citizen. Shaka Anderson. How long does it take to hear back from the U.S. Citizenship Service after doing the biometrics? Are you talking about hearing back for a work permit? It should be about 3 to 4 months. And Joe, an interview done last February 20th, 2020, still held for review. What could I do? Well, you could have filed a mandamus, but now you just got to wait it out and contact me in May or June once immigration reopens. Let's go to YouTube for a little bit. They hit 101 thumbs up, still a lot less than the 150 people watching. So please, if you haven't given me a thumbs up yet, please do that. So easy. Hope you're doing a good job. Oh, Momet Torsa, hope you are doing a good and safe. Okay. Uncle Brad, am I qualified to adjust status after my I-130 is approved through my green card holder wife? My asylum application is pending at the moment. No, you got to wait for your wife to become a citizen. Peace Martin. My friend is abused marriage and her husband said he's not going to file for her. He abuses her and the kids both emotionally. What can she do? She can call the cops, get him arrested, get him the hell out of the house. Who the hell needs this bum? File a VAWA application, get a green card all on her own. Get him out of there. That's what I would do. All right. And get an order of protection. All right. No one deserves to be abused. Except if, I was going to say you're a groundhog. I was yelling at Groundhog Sam earlier. Animal abuse to a puppet. I wasn't really doing that. Beautiful Chocolate 83. I-130 for stepchildren was transferred to a different service center. Would the process take longer, being that the new service center reflects a longer processing time? Yes, I would think so. Aisha Fareen Javid. If an F1 files a joint tax return with a U.S. citizen spouse and goes out of the United States before filing for a change of status, will there be an issue when coming back at the airport immigration due to filing a joint tax return? It's possible at the airport. They wouldn't know that you filed a joint tax return at the airport, but they will know that you're married. It's possible that they will think that you are coming to the United States to work if you filed a joint tax return, or quite frankly, to come live. So it's very difficult to travel on a visitor's visa, being married, because there's always the assumption, or there's always the opinion by the immigration officer at the airport that you're coming to live here and violating your visitor's visa status. So I would, before you travel, I would speak to a good lawyer like myself. Mr. A. Shaker, or Shakir, I don't know, either one. We used foreign checking accounts as an asset for the I-864. We no longer have that asset, but the case is ready to be scheduled for an interview. Will this be a problem for the interview? Yes, you have to have those assets at the time of the interview. No, sir. Nasser USA says, hi, Brad. I applied for an I-130 and an I-485 on October 2017, and I had my interview on June 2019. I got approved for an I-130, but the I-485 is still pending for background checks. Can you tell me what I can do? Well, you should have filed a mandamus if it's a background check is going on for almost 8-9 months. But at this point, you can't do anything. Courts are closed, immigration is closed. Got to let this pandemic virus work itself out. I'm just going to put my phone there for a second. I'm going to take a drink for a second. Wish everybody cheers, good health. Now I can continue. All right, what else we got here? Janice Dreckett. My daughter is 30 in Jamaica. I'm a citizen. How long will it take for her to come if I file for her? About 6-7 years. Ainsworth Gordon, if you file taxes but you didn't pay, can you file for citizenship? Yes, but you better show up with a payment plan or they're going to deny you. Sam Yemen. Hi, Brad. How are you? I applied for the I-130 and the I-45 in October 2017. I had my interview June 2019. I got approved. Oh, I answered that question already. Rihanna. I don't know if it's a different Rihanna. Rihanna Nasha. Brad, I filed for my son and I received the approval. How long will it be to get through to come to the U.S.? So I'll try to do it before he reaches 19 years. He's now 19. I don't know if you're a resident or a citizen. I don't know when the case got approved. I need to know more. On YouTube, Tali saying, cheers, Uncle Brad. Thank you very much. Tormos1 says, hi, Brad. My wife came on January 28th. How long before getting a green card? Should be in the mail any day now. Sanny says, finally, the governor closed Florida today. This closed the schools. You really need to close everything at this point. Any governor who's not closing is just, I think, is just wrong. You have to listen now to the scientists. You just can't say, you can't go on opinion. You have to go based on facts and science. Jun Lim, hi, Brad. If I pass my civics test, but the oath taking is not due to COVID-19, am I considered a citizen? No, you're not a citizen until you say, I swear to become a citizen. Demore Romed, question. The I-130 was filed as a lawful permanent resident, but upgraded to a U.S. citizen before it was eventually approved. But on the approval notice, the category was wife or husband of LPRY because immigration screwed up. So you got to fix it. Ariel Lewis Lee, hey, Brad, I saw on the news 2 weeks ago that USCIS will be closed till April 1st. Any updates? It's now closed till May 4th. They're processing cases. So the cases are being processed. They're just not seeing people for interviews. Beverly Robinson King, hello, Brad. How long do you think I have after the approved I-1360 in November 2019? I assume you have an adjustment filed too, about 6-9 months from the time from the approval, but maybe a little longer because of coronavirus. Cardi B is driving me crazy, that song. Telma Ikechi. Hey, Uncle Brad, if immigration officers came to visit and we weren't home due to work or just out, will they come back or what will happen? They may come back. They may ask your neighbors, hey, do you live here? If the neighbors say, yes, they live here, they're lovely people, maybe they won't come back. The neighbors are like, who the hell are they? Then they may come back. Or they may already determine it's not a good marriage. I don't know. You know, they have their own deals. Doris Dennis, hey, Brad, can I file taxes for my children in Jamaica? They're under 18 and a 10-year green card holder. Your children are not dependents on you living in Jamaica unless they have social security numbers, but I would really pass by on a tax expert like Carmela. I'm not a tax expert in that particular field. Dependents, I would think, would mean that, well, maybe because they're dependent on you. I don't know. You would have to ask Carmela. I'm really not a tax expert. Kadika Inna. Hello, my friend's green card interview for EB3 got on December RFT. Replies for RFT on February. I guess RFE, I guess they're talking about, request for further evidence. So they responded to the request for further evidence in February. However, visa retrogrades till October for EB3. Can you say when she will receive the decision? I'm still trying to understand what your question is, but hopefully she'll receive a decision soon. Sharon March says, hi, Brad, my son has received his social security number from November 2019 until date haven't received his work permit. Wow, that's odd. I would definitely call immigration. You should have received it. It was probably returned or something in the mail, and they're probably holding it. Crystal Nasuna, I've been here since 8. I overstayed my visa. My mom got her citizenship in 2009, graduated here. Now I'm not able to adjust faster. I don't understand how you were here since you were 8 years old and your mother didn't do anything for you. How old are you now? Are you an adult? You should have a consultation with me. Hopefully you have DACA at the bare minimum. Ainsworth Gordon, if you file your taxes but don't pay, file for citizenship, has an appointment for fingerprints, will it be a problem? Won't be a problem for your fingerprints, but it's going to be a problem when you go for your interview. W.T. Mac Abraham, does taking benefits from the government this time, such as the economy relief package, affect your pending green card? No, because everybody's entitled to this relief, this pandemic relief. Everyone's entitled to unemployment, so it shouldn't be. It has nothing to do with your particular need-based assistance. Let's see if we have anything else here before we end our show. Karomo. My friend filed the I-130, but is yet receiving his work permit and interview date coming now to 8 months. Well, it's going to be a little longer because you should get your work permit for sure and your social. Immigration is working. But whether or not you'll get your interview, you got to wait for them to reopen. By the way, again, you can call my office. It's 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Why do you want to call my office? You can speak to me. You can have a consultation with me, and we can talk over the phone because we're social distancing, and we can figure out what your problems are. Jeanette Gard on YouTube wants to know, hi, Uncle Brad. I have an appointment to do the fingerprints on April 30th. What can I do if they're closed? You got to wait for them to reschedule it. So you can't go right now. Lovey Plez, will this pandemic help advanced practice nurses to be able to adjust status? Maybe. Immigration hasn't made any new rules yet, but you would think they would want nurses here. But at the moment, there's no new laws, but I would assume yes at some point. Demore Ramad, coronavirus, Cardi B voice is disrupting every facet of life. Praying we get through this together. That is absolutely true. And with that, I will see you all tomorrow. I do have to remind everybody that prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome. This has been information in general in nature, but please call my office if you have immigration problems. The telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. I'll say it very slowly. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LawLink. It's a number to my office. We are open. So when I say call, we're open. You speak to me. We're going to get immigration's processing cases. The only thing they're not doing is scheduling appointments. Guess what's going to happen if you get your application in now? What's going to happen is that you will get ahead of everybody else who is waiting for immigration to open to file their paperwork. And then you're going to be waiting a very, very long time. You're going to be very, very sorry about that. So I'm really urging everybody to get your applications in, have your consultations. This pandemic's going to be over. Whether it's over at the end of April, the end of May, it will be over. And when it's over, we're going to come back to normal life, and it's good to get your applications in. Again, my telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. Squat up, everybody. Have a blessed day. Stay safe. Stay blessed, and stay and sanitize, and stay healthy. It's the most important thing. Our health is more important than anything else. Everybody is upset about what's going on in the world right now. Everybody. There's not a human being that I know, except maybe Jeff Bezos, who's very happy that Amazon's busy. But there's not a human being in the world right now who's happy. Everybody's in the same boat. There's no happy people in the world right now. But I promise you, whether it's in 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, we'll turn the corner. Everyone will start living a happy life again. 1-800-529-5465 is the number to call my office. Thanks all for watching. And with God's will and blessings, I hope to see everybody here again tomorrow.